Hey YouTube, it's Reese back at it. For today's video, I'm going to be ranking how sad the deaths of Stranger Things characters are going to be. I'm going to start off with the characters who have already died. And then we're gonna get into the potential deaths. This is being recorded after volume 1 of season 5 has been released, but before volume 2, so like mid-December right now. The first person on here who's died is Billy. I can't lie, I didn't like Billy, but it was sad, so I'm gonna put it in B because like he had that little switch up at the end. He pulled through, and you know, I feel like he earned his B. Bob, controversial, but I'm gonna give it a C. I just feel like his character was so unimportant. Like, I just didn't feel very attached to Bob, so his death just like didn't mean a whole lot to me. Papa, I want to give him like an F tier because his death was so satisfying. Low-key been anticipating that since season 1, but I think I'm gonna give it C tier as well because it's like the same thing as Billy, just not to the same intent in my opinion. Like, he was trying to save Elle and he was trying to save Hawkins, but like he didn't have the right approach. I hate to say it, but it was satisfying. Next we have Eddie. Play the clip.
I think it's my year, Anderson. I think it's finally my year.
This one hurts. Like, S tier being the saddest, he's going in S. One season, he barely even like interacted with half the cast. I just feel like the actor, he did a phenomenal job. When Eddie died, I cried so hard. Like, did this guy die? I don't even remember. But honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and put him in F because there was no emotional attachment there, I feel like. All right, next up, Argyle. We obviously know that Argyle's not really in season 5. I'm gonna put it in B tier because I like Argyle, but he's not gonna die. Like, he's not even in season 5. Dustin, S tier. For obvious reasons, if you disagree, click off the video. I mean, do I even need to explain? Like, I feel like everyone agrees. If Dustin dies, which I actually have a theory, Dustin is gonna die. First of all, my reason for believing that is he already lost Eddie.
Finally my year.
I feel like Eddie and Steve are like the same ranking to Dustin, and I feel like either Steve or Dustin is gonna die, but I don't feel like the Duffer Brothers would kill Eddie and Steve. I don't think they would do Dustin like that. And then we also know, like, since season 5, like, Steve and Dustin just have been bickering so much, and I feel like it's leading up to like this big makeup moment. They're gonna be their iconic duo again, and then like Dustin's gonna like sacrifice himself or something. And then also, I don't know if the main 4 boys, well, like the actors, they went on the Hot Ones show and they did like the Hot Ones verses. And one of the questions asked to Finn, who plays Mike, was take a bite of the hot wing or spoil a death. And he ate the hot wing, but then afterward he says Dustin dies. The reaction on everyone else's faces was like suspicious. 11, A tier. Our first A tier. Honestly, I know 11 is like the main character, and I feel like she has had a lot of character development. You know, she went from like the lab rat to just trying to fit in and have a normal life to just being like a weapon again. But I also feel like that's kind of what she wants. Like, she wants to be this like warrior kind of figure. I wouldn't be surprised if she died, but it is going to be sad because, you know, everyone is so attached to her at this point. They have built up emotional attachment to 11. Erica, also A tier. The only reason I didn't give her S tier is just because she has so much limited screen time. Like, she is one of my favorite characters, no doubt about it. There's just not a whole lot of development there as a character. I love her character. The attitude is there. Her personality, I love her. It's just that there's not enough growth there for me personally and not enough attachment. Hopper, S tier. I genuinely feel like Hopper might die, but then I also feel like we say that every season. Season 3, we thought he died. Season 4, he goes 1v1 against that Demogorgon in the Russian prison. Not to mention the countless times the Russian guards were just shooting at him and miraculously didn't hit him. And he's shot in Season 5. Like, we never really addressed that. Like, I know Elle patched it up, but there's only so much alcohol and a bandage can do for a bullet wound. I feel like he's gonna die, and it's gonna hurt, because Hopper, he really is like a father figure to Elle. And I feel like the whole cast, like even Mike, like we know that of course he has Ted, but does he? I feel like Hopper is more of a father figure to a lot of the cast than many of them have an actual father figure. He reminds me of my dad too. It's like, I don't want to watch a guy that reminds me of my dad. Okay, next we have Jonathan. C tier. I don't dislike Jonathan. I know a lot of people do, and then there's like, excuse my dog. I know there's people who don't like Jonathan because of Nancy, because of Steve, because of that whole photo shoot debacle in season 1. But I don't dislike him. He's just not my favorite. I don't think Jonathan's gonna die, but even if he does, I won't be like devastated. Like, I'll be sad for sure. I'll be sad if any of the characters die, but that doesn't hit home to me. Joyce, S tier. Similar reasons to Hopper. She's a mother figure to a lot of the people in the show. She is so like protective of all the kids on the show, and I just genuinely feel like if she dies, it's gonna be like so sad. We all know how she acts around Will, how she protects Will, and I feel like she would do anything for Will. And Jonathan too, honestly. Like, I know people always talk about like her neglect to Jonathan, but in all honesty, I'm sure she loves him just as much as she loves Will, and she would do anything for both of them. She would die for both of them. And I feel like if any of these characters die and it's a sacrifice, like it's them or the other and they sacrifice themselves, that just like multiplies the sadness of their death times like 10 or more. Mrs. Wheeler, Karen. She's in the hospital right now because of the Demogorgon. I'm gonna be sad, but like, I also don't really know what to think about this. I can't really predict if she's actually gonna die or not. I'm gonna put it in A tier because I like Karen. She's either just gonna die in the hospital or she's gonna be fine. I feel like there's no in between there. Either way, she's just gonna be in the hospital bed for the rest of the season. I mean, there might be some background information there because I know there's like been the theory that she's like Henry's sister and stuff like that. Like, either way, it's gonna be sad when she dies. For Lucas, S tier. And I feel like S tier is going to be really the case for a lot of like the 4 boys and Max. Nothing against 11. Lucas is just a sweetheart. Like, we know that he would do anything for Max, his friends. I feel like he's like the do no wrong character. I believe that he's strong in his morals. I feel like if he dies, it's going to be related to Max, and I feel like that's going to contribute to the sadness. Next is Max, S tier. I feel like they've been building up to this since season 4. I feel like she's gonna die. It's either her or Lucas, and I don't think they both make it out. I think she could also sacrifice herself, which she kind of did in season 4. Like, she knew going into the whole like Vecna trap thing that she might not make it out. And also Max is like my favorite character, so I would hate to see her go. I know I just said when I put Lucas up there that the 4 boys were gonna be S tier, but Mike's going in A. Nothing against him again. I feel like he's just sassy. Like, I mean, obviously Mike has had a lot of development through the 5 seasons, but I just don't personally feel attached to him. Murray. I feel like I'm neglecting B tier and D tier. I'll put him in D. Murray, I mean, he's obviously an important character, has been since season 1. In my opinion, he's just not a particularly lovable character. He's just a practical character. So that's why I feel like his won't hurt that bad. Nancy, A tier. She's a very strong character, a very needed character. I love her for that. I love the strength she brings, but I just don't like her that much. Robin. I'm going B tier for Robin. I dressed up as her for Halloween, 4th grade, I think. And I love her character, but I mostly loved her in season 3. I feel like she's just kind of been there ever since. But I do love the storyline of her and the redheaded girl. Pull up a picture. That girl. They're cute. I love them. Steve.
I
I'm Steve.
am Steve.
I
I'm Steve. I am Steve.
Easily S tier. Easily S tier. He has had easily the most character development in the entire show. He's funny, he's kind, loves Steve to death. If he dies, I'm gonna be sad. But like I said, I think either him or Dustin is gonna die, and I think it's gonna be Dustin.
Yeah, from there. This is Steve. Yeah, this is Steve. Oh. Whoa. He's fine, he's fine. Oh my god, was 11 in water? Well, 11's in water. Oh!
But I feel like if Steve dies,
11's in water. Oh!
it's going to be a sacrifice, Dustin or Nancy. Or even Jonathan, because like...
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now!
The whole thing with the proposal, like, I feel like Jonathan's got something up his sleeve. Steve will do whatever he thinks is best for Nancy, and if he thinks that is to be with Jonathan, he will step out. If Steve dies, I'm actually gonna bawl my eyes out, and will probably bawl my eyes out the entire night. I'm actually gonna move Steve to the front, because I think if Steve dies, I will not be able to contain myself. Vecna, F tier. You know what? I'm not gonna put him in F tier. I'm gonna put him in D tier. No, he deserves F tier. The only reason I'm debating D tier is because of Henry. I feel like he was just kind of done dirty, but at the same time, it's like I don't really understand his villain arc. Like he just decided one day he wanted to kill his family. Like I'm gonna have to go research that because y'all are probably gonna like flame me in the comments. Oh, she doesn't know her lore. I don't know, and also he's like the main villain, so of course I'm gonna celebrate his death. Will, S tier. And I know I'm like way overusing S tier right now, but I mean Will is just a cutie pie. Like not anymore. He's like a freaking monster now, but point being, I have always loved Will. I've always loved his character. Since season 1. I know since volume 1 came out, season 5, everyone wants to start loving on Will because he has powers, but no, I have been a Will stan since day 1. Because of that, he is one of the characters that I'm most attached to alongside Steve and Max, which is why it's gonna be so sad because I just feel like in the first few seasons he was just little helpless Will, and now he's trying to come out of that shell. But Will just kind of hits close to home, and I've always loved his character, and if he dies, that's gonna be a tough one. Leave your favorite character in the comments and who you think is gonna die. Leave your theories for the rest of this season and tell me who you'll be most sad about if they die and why. And subscribe and like, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have a great Christmas, and I hope you guys enjoy Stranger Things Volume 2 and the finale. Peace out, bye!